apprentices, acolytes, and fellow Sith Lords coming into the Dark Temple, visited by Mara Jade, Luke Skywalker, and Kyle Katarn, and so many of the Force sensitive like yourself. I'm Lord Dagovere, fam. And it's good to see you, baby. Let's go. How are you all doing today? Trent in the chat. Leon. Logan speaking some ish. I don't even know what it is. David Torres coming in as always in Skywalker Academy. Can you please give us for the first time today? Ready up. Let's go. Darth Sidious. Oh my gosh. Soon I will have a new apprentice, one far younger and more powerful. It's like one of my favorite lines he says. I always have to say it. How are you guys doing today, man? Let's go. I'm feeling it, man. Like, I'm so hyped. Content is doing amazing. Like, content is doing so good right now for my channel. I'm literally 800, a little over 800 away from 10,000 subscribers, man. You know how long I've been trying to get 10,000 subscribers, y'all? It's crazy. It's crazy. The one podcast that I'm doing with Jedi Connor and and Daddy Sheev, they were watching the stream a couple times in the last week, and they loved the chat so much. You know, like, it's such a crazy thing when you look at like all these other content creators out there that have huge followings, and then people just like this tightly knit group that we have here. You know, like that makes me feel so good. You know, that we have people. You know, it's not even like, you know, we have people that agree with each other. You know, it's like Logan is a big Legends fan. Leon is a big Legends fan. Expanded Universe fan. I'm a huge Legends fan, but I also like new canon. Then we got Skywalker Academy in here, and a couple others. You know, like Pat and David Torres. You know, it's cool. You know, like, it's cool to see all these people come in here and not want to stab each other in the throat. You know, it's pretty awesome, man. Like, I'm really glad that I have you guys, seriously. But how you doing, Logan? How's everything, fam? I love seeing your content on my TL, man. It's so good. I really appreciate you. Same thing with you, Skywalker Academy, fam. How y'all doing today? What do you guys want to talk about? So, one thing I want to show you guys that I've been doing a lot of recently is, because I gotta let you guys know. All right, I gotta let you guys know everything that's going on with your boy, Lord Dagovere. All right, and so I don't know if you guys do any of the thread stuff, but I've been doing. Hello. So I've been doing a lot of the thread stuff. So if you guys want to check out me on threads, I'm posting. Actually, like, my stuff does really well on threads. Like, people actually want to hear me talk. So it's kind of crazy. So definitely check it out, please, if you guys already, just so we can have another community and keep stuff there. I want to make sure that when we're all here, we're all talking, the community, the acolytes, the apprentices, you know, of Dagovere's domain, whatever we're going to call ourselves. We're all there, you know. We're all homies doing our thing. But yeah, man, we got the temple, we got the Discord. It's pretty cool, man. It's sick. Yo, Ryoko from Kill La Kill. Don't lose your way. So good to see you here. In question, thought on Sabine Wren. I love Sabine. Sabine's cool. I would say that I was a little taken back about the whole Jedi thing, but it wasn't hard to convince me because Star Wars Rebels. I think Star Wars Rebels is a pretty great show, and I think that if you watch Star Wars Rebels, it's a lot easier for you to understand why someone like Sabine is able to be a Jedi. You know, at the end of the day, like, everybody's connected to the Force, you know, so it's kind of George Lucas's, like, original idea of how the Force works, is that everybody is connected to the Force. Everybody has some Force sensitivity. But it takes talent, and it takes a lot of dedication, and you need a very good master. And Sabine has all those traits. You know, being a Mandalorian is not easy. Being a Mandalorian takes a bunch of dedication. you know? She's also a great tinkerer. Like, she built a bomb that literally killed other Mandalorians. You know, she may not be the greatest pilot like Luke Skywalker, but that skill in itself, I think, resonates with a lot of um, components that would make a fine Jedi. You know, I think that's why it's easier for me to understand, but it could always be better in execution. You know, definitely, absolutely. Well, so it's pretty sick. You know, and I'm totally down for any Mandalorian Jedi stuff. Gives me back all the way to the KOTOR vibes, you know. But yeah, doesn't have to be a hot take episode of the stream. I'm down to hear any of your guys' views and stuff, questions, concerns, anything. I would love to hear it, man. I love interacting with you guys. What we reading lately? So Logan asked what we reading lately. Right now, I am reading Trials of the Jedi. I know you guys know I'm a big Legends fan, but I also enjoy the High Republic. It's not amazing or the greatest thing ever, but it definitely is better than what a lot of Legends fans give it credit for. There's some stuff that's definitely kind of hit and miss, and I have definitely skipped a couple of books. But the main books are very good. And this one came out on my birthday. So this one actually released on my birthday. So I'm kind of connected to it now. And since the High Republic is ending, I want to at the very least make sure I finish what we started, you know? So I had to check it out. And I've enjoyed some of the characters throughout this, especially like Elzar Mann. I like Avar Kriss. I love Stellan Gios. I really enjoyed Vernestra Rowe in the books. I did not like her in The Acolyte, but, you know, you guys know how I feel about The Acolyte. I love Bel Zettifar. And I love Keith Trennis. There's a lot of really good characters in the High Republic, but the character that I like the least is by far Marchion Ro the villain. And I think that's why it's hard for me to say, like, oh my god, this is like amazing Star Wars. Some parts of it is. The Rising Storm book, which was the second official book, that is one of the best books I've ever read. That's up there with the Bane trilogy, Plagueis. I wouldn't say it's better than Plagueis at all, but it's like it reminds me a lot of like Darth Bane, Path of Destruction. That book is so good. If you have not read the High Republic, you have to get through the Light of the Jedi to get to the Rising Storm. So that's kind of like the work that you have to do, but it is what it is, man. Reactor says, I'm reading Thrawn Trilogy and I'm enjoying it so far. Which one? Heir to the Empire or the Ascendancy or the New Canon Treason? Those are all really good. I mean, they're all good. Anything with Thrawn in is really good. It's especially Outbound Flight. Oh my god, please read Outbound Flight. That book is so fun. So interesting. Yeah, it's so good. Logan says, I'm reading Jedi Apprentice series, OG Thrawn Trilogy, Rogue Squadron. Yes, that is really sick. The OG Thrawn series, of course, is amazing. Jedi Apprentice series is pretty sick. You know which one I'm trying to get? Galaxy of Fear. If you guys ever see Galaxy of Fear, those comics, those like young reader R.L. Stine Goosebumps type of style, dude, you need to snag that because that is one of the hardest things to find. Like I can never find it. I can never ever find it. It's so difficult to find online. It's really difficult. Oh, man. Skywalker Academy says, here's a question. What is your favorite type of lightsaber? My favorite is the crossguard. I need to pick up the Trials of the Jedi. Love of Avar Kriss is my favorite. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I love how, like, terrible they are. In terms of, and I'm not mean like, they're not terrible Jedi. Like, they're so flawed. Like, they got so many issues. You know, they definitely clapping cheeks behind the scenes. You know, they are definitely the most flawed Jedi Order. More than the prequel trilogy. Like, it makes sense why we see the prequel trilogy Jedi the way they are, you know, and that's why I enjoy, I think, the High Republic. But my favorite lightsaber, I love double-bladed lightsabers, man. Darth Maul was that dude, bro. He came out there with dual-bladed, oh my god, double-bladed lightsaber. That was sick as hell. I don't know, Revan's is pretty sick. He has an amazing hilt. I have it right, you can't see it. It's behind the Stormtrooper right back there. The dark saber is amazing. I love Kylo Ren's crossguard lightsaber, man. When he stabs Finn in The Force Awakens, that was like 10,000 IQ. I was just like, oh, you can do that? That is crazy, dude. The light whip is interesting, and I'm not talking about I'm not talking about Vernestra Rose light whip. I'm talking about like Lumaya. All right, I'm talking about Githany. Because Lumaya's is really interesting. You guys got to remember, Lumaya's was so freaking crazy that it made Luke Skywalker have to develop a brand new lightsaber with the red synthetic kyber crystal, lightsaber crystal. So, like, oh man, there's just so much. And then you got XR Coons that can like change the distance, horizontal, vertical. It's just so different, you know. And then, oh man, I don't know, man. There's so much. Like, we were talking a little bit last week about it, how lightsabers have this kind of identity. Oh no, we were talking about the podcast too, and I love the way that lightsabers kind of give the character more of an identity than their appearance. Like, you know, like when you look at Baylan Skoll's lightsaber, and then Baylan Skoll's lightsaber almost looks like the father of Shin Hati's lightsaber. It's so interesting how that legacy is. And then of course, even with like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker, you know, or Anakin's and Darth Vader's. Oh, man. I can go on for days about talking about that stuff, man. I think that's so cool. But what about you guys? What about you guys in the chat? What is your favorite type of lightsaber, man? There's so many. You got cross guards, you got staffs. Oh, my gosh, dude. Yeah, I gotta show you guys. Remind me at the end of the day. I gotta show you guys the lightsaber color that I use in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Logan says light whip, specifically Lumaya's. It's not just an energy whip, but it also combines metal and leather with energy because that's see, Logan, you get me, bro. You get me. Hello there, everybody. Welcome. Hello there with a ready up. Oh, and Imperial Activity. Welcome. Yes. Hello there. Says, how's it going, fam? Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Currently rereading the Bane trilogy. I reread the Bane trilogy like so much, man. Like, let me get on my books. If you guys don't know, like I'm literally surrounded by books. I'm always surrounded by books, Star Wars books and source books and everywhere. On the bottom here, I got all my source books. It's right behind the microphone. I don't even know if you guys can see it, but I'm always ready to go and and whip these source books out. But yeah, Bane trilogy, man. Gosh, dude. There's so much. I can go on and on about how I really wish to me that they would do something in animation for these stories, because a lot of people always critique about like, oh, Legends, you know, they destroyed 40 years of expanded universe. They really didn't. It's still there. Especially the Old Republic, the Tales of the Jedi comics, and the Bane trilogy. Like, there's nothing that's been substituted. It's still there. All those things are right there. And the High Republic isn't like erasing it. In fact, it comes after it. So I think it all fits in nicely to my headcanon. So until there's literally like a substitution, it's canon to me, fam. You can't change it. Did you guys see that Spaceballs 2 got announced? Yeah, I did. I saw the first one when I was really young, but I never really got into it. But I know there's a lot of people that enjoy the parody. Logan says Galaxy of Fear was peak, went off the rails at the end. I have custom print files if you need it. Oh my god, Logan, you're amazing. That would be amazing. Also, guys, I got a brand new mic. So let me know how it is, because there's so many people online that think my shorts are AI videos, and they don't even realize it's me narrating it. They're so silly, dude. I'm editing it. I'm narrating it. It's me. All me. Hello there says, I've just been reading lore books the last couple days, as well as the Thrawn trilogy again. That's pretty sick, man. AI stream, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely. It's amazingly intelligent. That's what the AI stands for. Not really. Darth Vader says, Exar Kun wielding a double blade lightsaber before was cool. Dude, we talk about this all the time, how Exar Kun was aura farming before aura farming was even 3. This dude was aura farming before Anakin Skywalker, man. Like, I guess you could say the original OG aura farmer, in my opinion, is Darth Vader. It's Darth Vader, then Luke, and then it's Exar Kun. Like, do I have to press 1 if I have to bust out the panel? Do I have to bust it out? Do I have to bust out the comic panel again, guys? Is this what we're going to do? Is this how this stream is going to be? XR. I have it on my computer, but I don't want to search it for XR Kun. dual wielding, dude. He's such a boss, dude. He's such a boss. Wait, oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Look at this. Look at this dude. Let me second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. I just saw the panel. Damn, dude. He's such a beast, bro. He's one of the coolest characters in all of Star Wars. Look at this guy, man. Look at this. This is I have the HD panel on my computer. I don't want to find it, but this is a 1996 comic. This is before Anakin Skywalker exists. This is before Starkiller exists, guys. You understand? Exar Kun is the OG of OGs. Don't get it twisted, baby. Put some respect on the name. Do you understand how powerful Exar Kun is? Exar Kun is a top 3 Sith Lord. And he might not be 3. Okay? I'm telling you right now, thousands upon thousands of Jedi had to unite to destroy this guy. And they couldn't even kill him. And that is word for word verbatim in that comic. In the Tales of the Jedi comic. How do you know that? That's not true. Are you sure about that? Oh no. Oh no! Where is it? Oh, I don't got it. I think I organized everything and I put it away. Dang it. Man, I was gonna look so cool in front of all my friends. Really? No, I know I have it around here somewhere. Dang it. Oh, man. I'm a fraud. I don't know where I put it. Dang it. So this is what happens when you clean your room. You can't find anything. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a fraud. I know it's here. I literally just picked it up because I was making a video on it. Ugh, whatever, dude. This is what happens when you clean your room. I apologize. XR cool. Yeah, he is, dude. He's the beast, dude. Imperial Activity says, we are given a new Star Wars Galaxy map updated. Yes! Did you guys see the map? I got it. I actually wanted to show you. So thank you so much, Imperial Activity, for showing me, fam. I appreciate you so much. Everybody, can we get a let's go in the chat? So, do you guys want to see the new Galaxy map? A couple things that I wanted to point out today about this map, okay? Because I love my maps, especially for Star Wars maps. And I'm going to show you guys a couple things really quickly, if I can find it, because I am hitting Unk status every minute of the day. All right. This is the new one. I have it right here. So, no, I would just like to look at it on the picture stuff. Thank you very much. Open with photo. Thank you. Okay. Damn. Yes. Every time I open photos, it like opens up Photoshop for me. All right. All right. You guys ready? Apprentices and acolytes coming in. All right. So here's the deal. Because there's some stuff that I want you guys to see. Look at this. You see how beautiful this is? You can zoom in on all this. This is gorgeous, guys. I need this as a poster on my wall. Who needs this as a poster? If like I feel like every Star Wars fans need this. Okay, so here's the first thing. What do you guys notice? Right here. Right here. What do you guys notice? What do you guys notice? I got my digital copy on my data PSD. Let's go. Moribund. That's right, Moribund. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how triggered are you? Or for me, it's a 30. All right, listen, guys. Okay, I'm a Legends guy. Listen, I love new canon. Okay, I love both. I love both. And so, and that was it season 6 where Darth Sidious says Moribund. You know, so Moribund, Korriban. It's, you know, it sounds the same. It sounds the same. All right, I'm just a. You know, I'm just a Tales of the Jedi type of guy, all right? So, you know, when I hear Korriban, that is, you summon me, all right? It doesn't matter where I am, thousands of years dead, like, you say the word Korriban, I appear, all right? Huh? The Sith Lords? Yes? Naga Sadal, Ludo Kresh? What are you talking about? Marco Ragnos? What? Attuned to Paul? Yeah? So, I don't know. I don't understand why. Korriban, Morriban. I guess because in live action, that's what it's called, right? Morriban. Or animation. So, that is always really frustrating. You know what I also have not seen? I have not seen Dromund Kaas. I have not seen Dromund Kaas. Can someone point it out? Because I'm going to cry like a baby. I'm going to make sure that I'm not looking over it because I don't want to be one of those fruitcakes that just decide to get angry at everything. But Dromund Kaas is supposed to be in Sith space. And Sith space is... So we got Morriban, you have Zoist, you have Yavin right over here. Like, everything is around here. Dromund Kaas, I thought, was, like, in this area. But I guess it's not. So that's like... Ugh! Lord Dagovere, do you think Asajj, Maul, Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Ahsoka could have beat Vader and Sidious if they fought 5-on-2? Asajj Ventress is getting killed instantly. Darth Maul is getting bodied. Obi-Wan is getting overtaken. Yoda and Ahsoka... It depends. If this is Rebels Ahsoka and Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Ahsoka might have a chance, but I don't know, man. Like, okay, so if we're talking about each character in their prime, Ahsoka, Yoda, Maul, and Asajj Ventress are dying. Vader and Sidious are just too strong. Sidious is so strong. Like, Sidious in Revenge of the Sith... Alright, man, I gotta pull up the camera, okay? Sidious in Revenge of the Sith, he's like a 6 out of 10. 7 out of 10, right? Anakin is like a 5. Yoda is like a 6. But then you get to... A New Hope, Palpatine, Darth Sidious. Then you get to Empire Strikes Back, Darth Sidious. Then you get to Return of the Jedi, Darth Sidious, where he's a 9 about to go on to an 11. Nah, man. I'm sorry. No. Like, him alone, he's just too strong. He's too strong. And then Vader? No. It's not happening, man. It's a wrap. They are cooked. They are cooked. What about you, Chad? What do you guys think? Skywalker Academy says it's like Beetlejuice, Korriban, and the next thing you know, Dagovere will appear. That's exactly how it is. You start talking about ancient Sith lords and tombs of Naga Sadow and Exar Kun and Tulak Hord. Whoo! I'm there, baby. You know, I don't know about Vader against Yoda though. In my opinion, guys. In my opinion, and I've had to fight so many of the more positive side of the fandom on this. Yoda is the immovable object, and Darth Vader is the unstoppable force. It can go any way. To me, it's 50-50. But in my opinion, Darth Vader is way more spirit. His spirit and resolve is so much greater than Yoda's at that point. And Yoda is too old. He cannot go the distance. He could not beat Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith, and Darth Vader in his prime is stronger than Revenge of the Sith Palpatine. He is, because of the scaling. They get so much more powerful after that. I don't think that's happening, man. Darth Vader is taking out Yoda, unless Yoda takes him out quicker, because that's how it is. If Yoda can stay the fight and take the blows that Vader has, Yoda's winning. If Vader can outlast Yoda, Vader's winning. If Yoda can get up there and Vader can't deal with his speed, Yoda is winning. You know, that's how I feel it. It's like football, bro. You know, it's gonna be a shootout. You got the great running game versus the great passing game. That's how I see it, dude. To be honest, I don't even know about Anakin versus Yoda. No, Yoda's clapping Anakin. That's just the truth. Yoda's clapping Anakin. Yeah, Anakin is so overconfident. He's very skilled. His potential is limitless, but potential and what is are two different things. Jedi Connor says Yoda beats Vader. Okay. I believe you. We'll talk about this later, Connor. How you doing, by the way, fam? Everybody welcome Connor with a ready up. But Obi-Wan beat Vader one-on-one. Yes, but no, he did not. Oh my God, I forgot about Kenobi. Ugh, Jesus, man. He did. Obi-Wan did beat Vader. But that Vader is not the same Vader that you see in Empire Strikes Back, and he's not the same Vader in Return of the Jedi. That Obi-Wan Kenobi is not winning against that Vader. I'm telling you right now. That Obi-Wan Kenobi is not winning against that Darth Vader. It's not going to happen. Obi-Wan Kenobi is not stronger than Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi. Luke Skywalker is the conduit of the Force in that movie. And Luke has to use the dark side to defeat Darth Vader. You understand? Do you understand? You can talk about how conflicted he is. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Darth Vader was going to absolutely neutralize his son and turn him to the dark side. It was only in that moment where he saw his son dying where he was like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't do this. You know, outside of the slow, light corruption, but that's only because Luke exists. I'm telling you, bro. Return of the Jedi Vader, Empire Strikes Back Vader is a different demon, man. It's not that little boy on Mustafar that lost his arms and legs. All right? We need Saw Gerrero to pump the 5 before the 5. Logan says, cancel Legend Book explain Morabon name meaning, Korriban harvest bone, and while Morabon... Really? Is this the one that we always talk about? Logan? I don't know if age is a factor, though, because he was a monster in battle. Yoda? No. I mean, like, yeah, he was, but he couldn't beat Palpatine at the end of the day, bro. Like, Palpatine is barely affected in that movie. He's ready to go, and he's laughing. Yoda can barely sit back up and has to run away. That is my view. That is my view. You guys can see it another way. And, of course, the Star Wars Matthew Stover Revenge of the Sith novelization says other things too. But in my opinion, Yoda had all the time in the world and couldn't do it. He had his opportunities. He had his shots on goal. He did not score. And that is because Palpatine was stronger. You know? It may not be by much. Yoda could be at a 99 and Palpatine could be at 100%. And that was the difference. For me, at least. So, where is Dromund Kaas, guys? Did we find Dromund Kaas? Because I don't see it on here. Dromund Kaas is, like, my favorite planet. You understand, like, this is the Dark Temple. The Dark Temple is on Dromund Kaas, visited by Mara Jade, Luke Skywalker, and Kyle Katarn. And so many of the Force sensitives like yourselves. You know? But, I will say this. This map is gorgeous. I need this in my room, guys. I love this map. This map is beautiful. I'm not too hype about the Morabon stuff, but I understand it, you know, and that's only because I'm an EU guy, you know, expanded universe. Oh, I noticed there's a 1 here. Oh, and a 5. Oh, they have the trade routes. I just realized that. Guys, look, number 5 is the Hiding Way. You know, the Hiding Way is basically like the real interstate of the galaxy. Look at this, man. It goes through so much. Look at this is the Hiding Way. Ooh. Oh my god, I gotta stop by Coruscant. Ooh. Oh my god, I gotta stop by Aruda. Ooh. Look at that. It goes by everything. Navarro. Like, bro, it is the interstate of the Star Wars galaxy, man. Like, obviously all the routes in the galaxy are, but the Hiding Way is just like, it goes straight up, baby. Straight through the entire galaxy. That's amazing. The other thing that I love about this map, guys, is what I think a lot of people don't understand is, like, when they say the Outer Rim, Like, this is the Outer Rim, baby. That's why there's so many crazy planets in the unknown regions. Because this side of the galaxy is practically unexplored for thousands of years. It's one of the coolest things. Actually, it's one of the things I've always wanted to talk about on this channel. And, you know, maybe when I get like 25,000 subscribers, I'll begin to really like go ham in that stuff and do what I used to do at the beginning. But I have to do all this like evergreen content right now to grow the channel. But this is where a lot of my passion is. Where like explaining like why it's so hard to travel outside the galaxy. Why there's nothing out here. It's uncivilized, completely unknown, and then also even further beyond a Super Saiyan. And how hard it is to get even further out, like just the whole anomalies and things that they have to traverse. So cool, man. So sick. Leon says they both lost and had to stop the fight because of the Force Lightning Clash explosion. It was too close. I don't know. One of them flew away and the other one didn't. That's how I see it, you know? That's just how I see it. Yoda flew. Palpatine did not. You know, it doesn't matter if he was going to score or run him over, right? Like, at the end of the day, Yoda lost. There's an L on that scoreboard, bro. It doesn't matter what asterisk is there. It's an L, you know? Logan says Dromund Kaas is supposed to be in between Korriban. Yes, see? Thank you, Logan. It's supposed to be, like, right here. I feel like I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. There. It's supposed to be right there. Yes. Someone's deleted it. Bitches. That's how I feel right now. Dang it. They both flew away. I think you need to go watch that movie again. Because Palpatine didn't fly as much as Yoda did. Yoda literally fell and was like a ping pong ball. David Torres says Yoda ran because the clones were coming. Yeah, he did. But he still ran, you know. Look, guys. It's not that you're wrong, okay? It's just, this is what I believe. Yoda ran. He ran out of time. He ran out of that. He ran out of excuses. I don't give a shit. Yoda lost, you know? XYZ, the sun was in my eyes. The storm clouds. I forgot to eat this morning. My toe hurts. It's just a bunch of Johns. What are John's excuses? He lost. Palpatine won. And that's even crazier to me, right? Is like, Jesus, God, you guys. This is it, right? This is good versus evil, right? And Yoda is the last Jedi that is supposed to take out the Emperor. The clones were coming. I don't care. This is Darth Sidious. This is the equivalent of the devil in the Star Wars galaxy. And you're running because clones are coming? You should have killed him. You should have killed him right there. And to me, it's just another awful decision by an entire religion that has made other awful decisions. This has nothing to do with Jedi hate or anything, but I think Revenge of the Sith is the culmination of the Jedi's failures. And it doesn't matter if Palpatine and Yoda were in a huge lightning barrage and they clashed and flew away. At the end of the day, Yoda lost. Yoda got to hold the L, bro. And then he went into exile after that, which in my opinion is even worse. So not only did you lose, you retired. And you just let this guy do whatever he wanted to for the next 25 years until hopefully there was another person that was going to appear that you could train. But again, that's just my view. It's my opinion, you know. I love the Jedi, but at the end of the day, they effed up, and they effed up. That's just how I see it, guys. You know. Yeah, that's how I feel. Lies, deceptions. The last Jedi mentioned. Oh, Connor, man, I love you, dude. Thank you so much for being here, bro. Connor, what's your favorite planet? Let's take a look. See. Okay, so guys, one of my also like new favorite planets, funny enough, is ahch-to. No, it's not. But ahch-to is a cool planet. I actually enjoy ahch-to. But Ricardo Prime mentioned. But Batu. I love Batu, man. Batu is really cool. But that is the Disney Star Wars, you stupid shill. Yeah, but it's a cool planet, guys. And if you've read Galaxy, Galaxy's Edge, Black Spire Outpost, that's a good book. Like, it's actually a solid book. It talks about the ancients and everything. Like, there's so much solid lore in that book. And it's one of the only books that's after The Last Jedi. So, definitely check it out. Like, I think that is awesome, and it's a pretty good, interesting story. And then you also have Thrawn Alliance, where Vader is working with Thrawn, and they are also on Batu. And the theme park even has story elements that's in the book. Pretty cool, man. That's pretty sick. I love Cajun Nemoidia. Oh shoot! Yo, Turtle Bomb, bro. What are you doing, fam? What are you doing? Daddy Sheev. What are you doing? You got so many different names. I don't know what you're doing. Yo, can we all welcome Daddy Sheev, Turtle Bomb? Ready up with a ready up. Thank you very much. Jedi Connor says Camino. All right, so Camino should be the Rishi. The Rishi is over here, and Camino should be like here, right? Or am I a fraud? Am I a fraud? I thought it was like, because technically it's outside the galaxy, but the galaxy is not shown. Like, okay, so the galaxy is just straight up one-dimensional on this paper, but it's not showing you the depth where you can go every which way in the Star Wars galaxy. So, oh, Jack Wiggins, thank you so much. He lost on purpose because he knew Anakin was coming and had to take the Windu was trying to assassinate him. If he was actually trying to kill Windu, he would have wiped the floor. Oh my gosh, Jack Wiggins, welcome to the stream. Are you insinuating that Palpatine did not lose against Mace Windu? Woo, buddy boy. Buddy boy. We're gonna have a talk today. All right, chat. All right, well, we're gonna have to talk about it. We're gonna find Camino in a little bit, but now there's something I want to talk about in the stream. All right, everybody in the chat, I need you all to help me understand your view. Did Palpatine lose against Mace Windu? I really want to know what you guys are saying. I would love to understand your view on the fight versus Mace Windu and Darth Sidious. This is something that I've had to fight people for, like, I recently made a video, and there are so many people that disregard what George Lucas says, disregard what the novelization says, you know? No, Mace Windu lost. Just say Mace Windu lost or Palpatine, or Mace Windu won or Palpatine won. I don't even remember what I asked. Camino at Rishi near Bothan Space. Oh, okay. So I am a fraud. Because Bothan Space is here. Is it not? Rishi. Okay, there it is. There's Rishi. Okay. And so Camino. Am I missing it? Alright, well, I cannot find it. I'm blind. I have 4 eyes and I still can't see shit. This is Rishi. This is supposed to be it. It's supposed to go outside and then Camino is there. Alright, we'll come back. Alright. So, Palps won. Interesting. Leon says, wow, there's a lot of people named Imperial activity here. Logan says, assume Rishi is Camino and it's not in the galaxy. Yes, that's exactly what I understood. Yes. So, Palps won. Interesting. So, Jack, why do you believe that Palpatine beat Mace Windu? I'm very curious about your take and your view. I just want to hear what you're gonna, well, like what's supporting your view on this decision. Because I've heard so many things, and a lot of times it's the same thing. A lot of times it's the same thing. So I just want to hear if it's a unique take or if it's different. Skywalker Academy says, I feel like it's a mix of both. Palpatine wasn't planning on losing, but when he sensed Anakin approaching, he planned to lose. So he was holding back. He needed to look fragile, etc. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. To seduce Anakin. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong in the sense that Palpatine held back. But what's so important, in my opinion, is the annotations of this book and what Matthew Stover has said on record, on video, and what George Lucas says in the commentary of Revenge of the Sith, is that Mace Windu overpowers Darth Sidious. And the reason why he loses is because Anakin Skywalker shows up. Matthew Stover also, in his interview, has stated George Lucas said that Mace Windu beat Palpatine. Now, so here's my take on that, outside of, the creator talking and the writer talking. In my opinion, Mace Windu shows up. Palpatine is ready to dog walk all of these Jedi. And he has no idea that Mace Windu is this Vapad master. And so he's like, oh shit, this guy might actually beat me. Oh shit, this guy is beating me. And then guess who shows up? Anakin Skywalker. And what's so good about the novelization, okay, is it understands all these characters so well and the attributes that make them so special. Mace Windu is a Vapad master. He's also a master of the Shatterpoint, okay? What does the Shatterpoint do? It fixates and shows the weakness of everything, right? And so he's sitting there, and Mace Windu is actually choking on the ozone of his own lightsaber because Palpatine is using Force Lightning so hard that Mace Windu is like, oh shit, But he's also throwing back that lightning because of a pad. And then he starts to sense that this stupid-ass Sith Lord isn't afraid. And then he realizes he's not afraid because Anakin Skywalker is here. But the Shatterpoint of Mace Windu is showing the Shatterpoint of Darth Sidious is showing Mace Windu that this guy is about to die. And it's not just Darth Sidious, like the weakness that it's showing, it's the entire dark side. Like Mace Windu is literally seeing like the key of the weakness to the dark side itself. Palpatine was going to die. And it gives you so much great detail that Palpatine is pleading with Anakin, which also, this is what a Sith does. He's trying to survive. This is like the whole thing. Use all necessary resources and rules to survive. And he's saying, oh my god, Anakin, why are you standing there letting this guy kill me? He's a traitor. He's a treacherous dog traitor. And Anakin is just so mind-effed. And Palpatine is getting hit with his own lightning because Mace Windu is that dude. And his entire skull is morphing and shaping and softening. You cannot convince me that Palpatine did that on purpose. Palpatine absolutely is trying to save face and make it look bad, but he's not trying to take that damage. I know in the Darth Plagueis book, he literally eats a heart, okay? But I'm telling you right now, Darth Sidious was not ready for Mace Windu to bring it that way. And Darth Sidious lost. But he wins because Anakin Skywalker plays right into his hand. Power to power, Mace Windu wins because he's the exact problem that Palpatine has. Like, it's the perfect effectiveness. And if Anakin Skywalker doesn't get involved, Palpatine is dead. He's dead. He's dead. The book states that. Matthew Stover has said that. George has said it in his own way that Mace Windu overpowers Sidious. I don't understand how much more clear it can get that Mace Windu defeated Palpatine. That's my view on that, dude. That is my view. HoloNet News, so good to see you. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody, welcome HoloNet News with the ready up. So good to see you, fam. Thank you so much for being here. That's my thing. It just all went it was better for Palpatine. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna get my ass whooped, and I'm gonna make this guy turn to the dark side. You know? God, man, that movie always frustrates me so much, and I love it. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Yeah, he uses their power against them. In a sense, yes. Which is crazy. Yeah, I make edits. Yeah, that's pretty sick, dude. I'm gonna have to check that out. I love the edits. Definitely. Saying, in my opinion, is the best way to present opinion. Yeah, no, I mean, I just, I don't like all these other punks on the internet, you know, trying to make people feel like crap. I mean, I have my hot takes, you know, as you guys have seen, but, I don't want you guys to listen to what I'm saying and be like, you know what? You're right. Everybody else is wrong. Because then when you start to weaponize that stuff, it's not fun. That's not what Star Wars theory crafting is about, you know. I want you guys to listen to what I say, absorb it, but I don't want you to change your mind. I want you to use the knowledge that I give you from the books that I read and the source books and everything, and then make up your own opinion. Or better yet, get your own experience, you know, and make up your own mind, because people do not do that these days. They just watch videos and everything else. They don't actually read the books. So that's it. You know, if I can't convince you, cool, you know, but at the very least, I want to challenge you, if that makes any sense. Jack Wiggins says, fair. That's how I've always interpreted it. I've never read the novelization, but I will try and get around to it. Dude, absolutely. I think when you start to read Matthew Stover's words, because he put a lot of emphasis on the idea that he wrote this with George Lucas's notes. Because, was it Revenge of the Sith supposed to be like a 4-hour movie or something? And so Matthew Stover had this really intimate session of him with George Lucas, asking him questions and stuff like who was stronger, Mace Windu or Anakin? And he said some stuff like Anakin. It was just what? So, there's some stuff, you know, that's definitely George inconsistent in there. You know how George changes his mind. But that's why it's really important, because in October, the new Revenge of the Sith novelization is coming out, and it's going to have way more annotations that we've ever had. So, we're probably going to get even more insight on what George wanted for these decisions. If he comes out and says, oh, actually, Palpatine was actually orchestrated the whole thing and wasn't even using his power, that would be insane. I would be mind blown. And there's nothing for me to do except obey. Because the creator is telling me that. You know, that's the other source. Oh my god, it would shatter so many people's opinions, including mine, you know? But that's the beauty of it, is you want to know what's right, what's fact, you know? And that's the cool stuff. So since we're on the topic of Mace Windu, I want to hear what you guys say. Do you guys actually believe this guy uses the dark side because of a pad? I know the answer, and I'm gonna have to bring it up every single stream, I feel like, but I just want to, do you guys believe Mace Windu uses the dark side, yes or no? HoloNet News says, how do you think, who do you think wins? Malcolm, Jace or Ray? Yes, he uses both? Interesting. Why do you think he uses both? HoloNet News. Interesting. Imperial Activity says, would love for someone to tell Imperial version of Twilight Company as a story. It'd be sick. Skywalker Academy says, the Revenge of the Sith novel completely changed my perspective on the whole movie. Yeah, same. It's there's a lot of things, obviously when you read it, wait a minute, that never happened, you know, but the notes of the story, and there's things that you can use to help certain situations, especially when Anakin Skywalker turns to the dark side, especially the fight with Mace Windu, you know, especially the ending, especially the beginning with Count Dooku and how he's talking to Darth Sidious, dude, I don't want to be a villain anymore. This stuff is really hard on me. Can we please at least save Kenobi, because he's basically a grandson, you know? Purple lightsaber means light side user who uses dark, but not controlled by it. Okay. What source book and book did you get that? Well, where was that? Where did you find that source? Logan says Dromund Kaas lore gets way older than you think. I know, man. I love Dromund Kaas so much. It's so amazing. Mace Windu skirted on the edge, had the fight with Sidious, continued longer, he would have been consumed. I don't think that is a bad take, because Palpatine is the equivalent of the devil. I don't think that's a bad take, Logan. I think that's a very good take. Yes. Just so many books. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Because, yo, Ahmad, dude, it's been so long. Oh my God, thank you so much. Everybody welcome Ahmad with a ready up. Let's go. So, it's interesting that you say that, HoloNet News, because, to my understanding, Mace Windu has never used the dark side, ever. In any of the books that I've read. In any of the source books that I've acquired. In anything. In fact, in my opinion, it's not even in my opinion, it's actually what the source book says. Vapad has nothing to do with the dark side. In fact, Mace Windu doesn't even like training people in Vapad, because everybody that trains in Vapad uses the dark side and falls. And one of the greatest definitions, what's that say right there? Of Vapad, right, is inside the Star Wars Jedi Essential Guide, which is falling apart, but I need one. But I want to read it to you, okay? I want to read where exactly it says the entire definition of Vapad, which is so good because it's a complete misunderstanding of the ability. But I'm gonna have to find it, even though I've I've sourced it so much. Yes, okay, here we go. So, this transforms a Jedi into half a superconducting loop, the other half being a power of darkness, which passes in and out of the Jedi without touching him. Okay? Vapad is more than a fighting style. It is a state of mind, a path that leads through the penumbra of the dark side. It is also not meant for any Jedi without my approval. So, what does the penumbra mean? I have to do this all the time. All the time. What does penumbra mean? Okay? I know the definition, but I want to help you understand with me, because this is a very important subject. Okay? So let's read what penumbra means. I have to move my stupid face. All right. Here we go. The partially shaded or outer region of shadow casted by an object. Think of it as a door. All right? So just like you said, the dark side is flowing through them. It's flowing around them. But they are not using it. They are not channeling it. And Mace Windu is tapping into this technique to the point it takes him to the penumbra. That means the very edge of the light side. He goes right up to the dark side and stops. He doesn't open it. He doesn't push through. He doesn't use it. The whole idea of Mace Windu using the dark side is a complete fucking lie. He has never once used the dark side. It is a lie. It might be one of the biggest lies in the Star Wars fandom. It's insane how many people have not read and understood that definition. It is insane. It's crazy. In every source book that lists Vapad, it's the same definition. It's crazy. He doesn't use it. The purple lightsaber has no meaning about the dark side. That is completely made up. If you find that in a book or a source book, I will gladly say I am wrong. But there is no such thing. Yo, what's up, Amon? How you say? It's been a while since I joined the stream. How you been? I've been good, man. chilling with the community. It's so fun. It's really really sick. There's something interesting about Khmer. Apparently, in the visual guide Acolyte book, it says Khmer experiments with chemistry, and he uses an oil that removes wrinkles and keeps him young. Okay, so there was a... maybe I'll go up to my Twitter 1 second. I guess that still hasn't happened yet. Which one? I always thought he was the only Jedi to actively use 2 without... No, that is not a thing. That is not a thing. The whole idea of using the dark side is a complete lie, guys. Like... all right. All right. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, okay? We're gonna do this. Yeah, look, Leon, all right, so this is it, guys. All right. You guys gotta watch my Gray Jedi video, man. You guys gotta watch my Gray Jedi long essay video, man. It's so good. It breaks down all this stuff about George Lucas and how he views the dark side and why what everybody's saying is just not correct. Why everybody's been lied to. So I'm going to open this up real quick, and it is an interview with George Lucas. I always have this on the fly, and I want to see if you guys are okay with listening to this as we go through this fun little project that we're doing today. Okay, so this is George Lucas, and he's talking to a number of people that you're probably going to recognize. If this is too loud, please let me know. I would love to turn it down, but I want you guys to hear this so you can understand. Oh, you guys can hear it?
Okay. Because it looks like it's referring to episode 1. And a lot of this, like this thing about the Force, in all living things that surround us is really just a capsule of what was said in episode 5.
Life creates it, makes it grow.
We're gonna watch this, and it's because it's super important about the dark side and how it works. Okay?
I mean, you got the dark side, the light side. One is selfless, one is selfish, and you want to keep them in balance. What happens when you go to the dark side is it goes out of balance, and then you get really selfish, and you forget about everybody, and you ultimately lead yourself, because when you get selfish, you get stuff, or you want stuff. And when you want stuff and you get stuff, then you are afraid somebody's going to take it away from you, whether it's a person or a thing or a particular pleasure, experience. Once you become afraid that somebody's going to take it away from you, or you're going to lose it, then you start to become angry, especially if you're losing it. And that anger leads to hate. And hate leads to suffering. Mostly on the part of the person who's selfish, because you spend all your time being afraid of losing everything you've got, instead of actually living. Where joy, by giving to other people, you can't think about yourself, and therefore there's no pain. But the pleasure factor of...
This is the important part, guys. When he talks about pleasure, because this is the dark side personified. And you're going to understand now that the dark side is a drug, and you can't just use it a little bit or use it one time. There is no such thing. You will get addicted. That is the whole point of the dark side. It is not the equivalent to the light side. It's not yin and yang. It's not nirvana. It does not work that way. It is a cancer. It consumes. And the moment you tap into it, the moment it's going to consume you.
Greed and of selfishness is a short-lived experience. Therefore, you're constantly trying to replenish it. But of course, the more you replenish it, the harder it is to. So you have to keep upping the ante.
Right there. The moment you use it, you have to keep upping the ante. There's no control in that. There's no control in that. If Mace Windu was using the dark side, he would have succumbed. The whole crystal thing is a lie. I don't know who said that. I don't know where that's from. But I've never found it, man. I've never found it in all these damn source books, in all these books. I have never found that, bro. I have not seen that. So that's why it's so important to listen to what George says, because a lot of this stuff that you find on Reddit is like completely inaccurate. You know, I don't think it would be possible for someone to wield the dark side if it comes from George Lucas's view on the dark side, because it's a drug, you know? And what I go on in that whole video essay is about Sam Witwer talks about how you cannot take video game mechanics as like a true depiction of what happens in Star Wars. Star Killer, Knights of the Old Republic, like it's a video game. And George Lucas, he even said this. Sam Witwer even says this. George Lucas is like, yes, this is a video game, so it's going to be more fun, it's going to be different. But it does not depict any way, shape, or form how the Force works, because we need to sell the game and make money off of it. If you're going to do Star Killer in live action, he's going to be completely nerfed. He's going to be completely different. If you're going to do Revan in live action, he's going to be completely nerfed. You know, he's not going to be able to use Force lightning, you know, and kill people and still be a light-sided Sith. You know, that's not the way it works. Those characters are still amazing and they're awesome because I love them, but it's a complete misunderstanding. And video game mechanics and stuff like that have completely distorted everybody's vision and view of how the Force actually works. You know, that is my view off of those facts. And if you guys want to believe that you can still wield the dark side, dude, go right ahead. Like, freaking do it. Enjoy yourself, you know? But I can't, because I've heard what George Lucas says, and the more I listen to a lot of that stuff, it just makes me feel like it's fan fiction, and it's not actually following under the rules of what George created. Could this mean he has been around during the Nile attacks? It's really possible, Ahmed, that Kamir has probably been around for the Nile attacks. I think what's also interesting, too, is that I was actually doing a lot of research in general for Leslie Headland in her interview with the Acolyte stuff, because there was a lot of people who didn't understand that Plagueis was actually Kamir's master, and I was trying to find the source where Leslie Headland had basically came out and verified that, yes, Plagueis is actually working along with Kamir. So I've been looking along that stuff, and it's really interesting how Kamir has all of these attributes that make him very similar to Plagueis and Venomous, you know, and it's, if you read the Darth Plagueis novel, it's really cool. But I would not put it out of the ordinary for a Sith to extend his life. I don't really like the show, but I think he very clearly knows things, especially when he heals, well, who's it, May? Osha's wound, where she got hit by the blaster, and he, you know, he like did his little Force snap thing and then instantly healed her. He can very easily do that to himself, you know. The dude is not, in my opinion, inadequate. You know, yes, he's pretty sick, man. You gotta you gotta check him out. That Darth Plagueis book is amazing. You need to reread or re-listen to that book so many times, because there's so much happening. There's so much knowledge that Plagueis is spewing. Like, this man, every single line Plagueis says in that book is a bar. It's a bar, bro. It's insane. Everything, man. The narrator, too, for that voiceover is amazing. Definitely. Logan says Purple Crystal came from, the hurricane. Yes. The hurricane. Yes. Which is also really cool, Logan, because not a lot of people know about that story. Which is interesting. Like, that thing is, like, barely mentioned. It's crazy. Thank you, Skywalker Academy. I really appreciate it. Yes, hello, Lord. Thank you again. I really appreciate you guys listening to that stuff and watching those videos. Jack Wiggins says, does Luke tap into the dark side before redeeming Vader? Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. In that fight, he taps into the dark side. He's completely changed. And I think there's enough environmental storytelling of, like, look at the way that he's, you know, exaggerating his strikes when he fights Vader at the end, and he's just burying into, that's not Luke. That whole movie is like, that's not Luke at all. You know? The whole time he's giving warnings. I don't want to hurt you. I know you're a Jedi. That does not seem like that guy, and that's because he was consumed by the dark side. You know, he's a Skywalker at the end of the day. He's definitely have his father in him. So, yeah. But that's what happened when you threaten that boy's sister, you know? Your sister. Yes. Ahmad said, could Kamir be 60 plus years old, and if so, could this mean he is Darth Tenebris? All right, so no, I don't think he's Darth Tenebris. In fact, I think that Kamir was actually an acolyte, and he was Plagueis' acolyte. You know, kind of similar how, well, no, Sidious wasn't necessarily an acolyte. Like yes, Sidious was like his full-on apprentice, and then Tenebris a Bith Lord. Yeah, Palpatine was full-on apprentice for Plagueis. What I really think happened is Plagueis was ready to get rid of Tenebris, and he also wanted Kamir because he probably sensed that, you know, Tenebris already had some other apprentice, which is very true to the words of a Sith Lord, always trying to scheme and do these things. And they say it's a rule of two, but it's not. It's like the rule of many until someone finds out, you know. Yeah, I think very much so that Plagueis probably kept Kamir in his pocket until he needed him, and very easily taught him some things, which makes sense why he's on Beldemic. And that planet is where Tenebris dies, where they find all the cortosis. So, in my opinion, Kamir knows about that planet because he was there when Plagueis killed Tenebris. That is my theory. And I think it goes so well with the Plagueis novel because Kamir could be right off screen. Honestly, like if you really want to add annotations to the Darth Plagueis novel, you know, I think it works fine. We don't really know how long a Bith lives or a Mun lives, you know, like it's all up in the air. And these are Sith Lords, so they can live much longer than anyone wants them to. It's not like 100-year-old human. They have a supernatural power that's aiding them. So why can't Kamir already be like 80 years old? Why can't Plagueis already be 200? You know, why can't someone as annoying as Ki-Adi-Mundi live 300 years longer than everybody else anticipates? I don't think those are rule-breaking aspects of the show. There are other flaws with the show, lots of flaws, but those are not them. Skywalker Academy says, whose fall to the dark side is better written, Anakin Skywalker or Jason Solo? Anakin. Anakin Skywalker is one of the greatest tragic stories in all of cinema. I just can't compare anything to it. Jason's is really great too, you know, but nothing will stand the test of time as Anakin. Like, he's got 6 movies, and his legacy is always being fulfilled with that way. It's just so good, you know. Those 6 movies, the Revenge of the Sith novelization, the Vader comics, the new Vader comics, Shadow of the Sith, like, all those things, I think, do such a great job at bolstering the original trilogy and the original 6 movies. And then that new Adam Christopher's new book is going to be coming out too, and I'm assuming that's going to be peak as well. You know, we need Smilo Ren spinoff. We do. We need a Smilo Ren spinoff. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I've actually gone over my time today, but I want to say thank you guys. Please go ahead and check out the shorts every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday on YouTube. The shorts are awesome, dude. We're getting like 20 views per freaking short. It's crazy, man. Do you see the Jedis as the good guys? I think everybody sees the Jedi as good guys, but they're good guys that are flawed. Like really flawed. I mean, I'm not one of those people that thinks the Sith, like, the most, like, bro, these people are literally slave harborers, you know, like you know? Like this, like the Sith are bad, you know? Anyone that tells you that the Sith is freedom, they're lying to you, man. Do I gotta whip out the goddamn Jedi versus Sith Essential Guide again? Ugh. Don't make me do it. Don't make me bring out these books and show you guys. I will. I'll do it. But maybe we'll do that next week. But seriously, guys, thank you so much. Check the Discord. Join the Discord. If you haven't already, please go ahead, man. It's on every single link. It's in the bio. Check it out. Join the Discord. Have fun with all the other apprentices and acolytes. And check out the shorts, please, guys. It's so fun, man. And I'll see you guys around next time, man. All right? Because it's always fun with you guys, and I really appreciate you guys. And as always, coming into the Dark Temple, visited by Mara Jade, Luke Skywalker, and Kyle Katarn, and so many of the Force sensitives like yourself. I'm Lord Dagovere, fam, and I'll see you around. Deuces.